Hey Aries, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your month of February general reading here. It's going to be for the whole month, just for this round, because your girl Lady Crow's going on vacay. So we're going to look at the whole month. Let's talk about your meditation. So I saw the Aries collective depicted as Aries, the god of war, which I live for that. I live for that. I don't think that's ever happened before. I'm living for it. So I saw Aries, the god of war, just awash in flame and fire. I heard the song Change Gonna Come, right? I can't remember who originally sings it, but I kind of love the Otis Redding version, personally. I love that song, but I heard partial to, that's the word that I was looking for. I'm partial to the Otis Redding version of Change Gonna Come. I saw you guys just awash in flame and fire. I got a bit of a death key energy here of rising from the flames. Also 7 of Wands energy. I saw you literally standing on top of your world. Standing on top of, being in your greatest sense of power. And then I saw this like beautifully wicked, but wicked in a good way, smile, just this mischievous grin, like kind of spread across your face as Aries, god of war. It feels like you're really in and of your element. It feels like your natural element of fire is working for you and through you. Transformation by fire. It just really felt like the death key and 7 of Wands. So let's see what's going on, but it really feels fiery and transformative and like victory. Very good. And the number 5. All right. Which is the number of great change. That makes sense. Let's see what's going on for Aries. Oh. Ooh. The bat. Remember when I said I saw the death cane? It felt very Scorpio, like death energy. Yeah, so the bat. This is absolutely rising above, being on top of something and seeing things. Like, here's what I'm getting from this. It feels like you are successfully and enthusiastically dancing with your shadow side. I feel like you're also happily and successfully dancing with the aspects or circumstances or expectations that haven't necessarily gone your way or the way that you thought that they would, or the traditional path. It feels like you're dancing with the unconventional and really embracing this certain energy of like, it feels free. It feels like a sense of freedom. Let's talk about the bat. The bat, again, is very much about shadow work. It's about seeing things that are hidden and otherwise it can only be illuminated under the light of the moon, or shadow work, or within those deep and hidden realms, right? I'm just obsessed with this because if you think about how bats are depicted in entertainment or in, literature, they're related to Dracula and vampires. And so I love that it was like Aries, god of war, and that mischievous grin that's just kind of like, yeah, darling. And the color red, right, with the fire and flames of transformation. It feels like you're in your own element, living your life. Remember I saw you like rising above and sitting on top, and then we have air energy here with the bat literally flying above under the light of the moon. It feels like you are doing your own thing and living your best life in your own way, and it feels very free. It feels like if anyone has been in a place where you've been walking a path or making decisions or thinking in a certain linear way, that is the product of your conditioning or upbringing or environment. It feels like you're breaking free from that and literally just going, you know what? There's a freedom within not giving 2 hoots what anyone else thinks about what I do or don't do. I can't tell you how delicious this feels. It feels kind of like Aquarius energy, which makes sense because we're in Aquarius season going into Pisces season. But it's really, really beautiful. I'm also hearing the sonar, how bats receive information through, sonar and the beautiful hearing that they have. They don't need their eyes to see so much. They receive information through sound wave. There's something like extraterrestrial, supernatural, fabulous going on here, and letting your freak flag fly. I love it. Okay, dark side of the moon indeed. Let's see what's going on for Aries. See what's not going on for Aries. What's going on for Aries? But there is a lot of shadow side that you're like happily dancing with and embracing. It's really cool. Oh my God. Page of Wands. So this is beautiful, repping your fire sign selves here. Gotta love that. So this is bravery and forging ahead in a new way of thinking or doing something, right? I feel like this is an offer that you are making in and of into yourself. Seriously. And I had to point this out. Wait, what else did I see in the meditation that felt... There was something else that I saw. I saw Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So you know the Hallows, how it was made up of like a wand and an invisibility cape and the resurrection stone, I think. I think I'm right about that. I'm not sure. And then this is like a wand here. You are in a place where you are literally riding your own broomstick, living your best life. There is this strong feeling of the esoteric here. Some of y'all might be feeling yourself more drawn to the land of the esoteric in whatever form that takes. It can even be watching movies of that realm or just exploring that or reading cards or really anything. But it feels like you are being drawn towards receiving and perceiving information in a new way and really loving it. I do feel like you're falling in love with a new practice or venture or art form or hobby. Because remember, wands rule the realm of passion, desire, and artistry, right? Okay, I'm going to say this. You see how this crow's got its mouth open? It's like, caw. You know, I feel like I've been tripping over my words and searching for words within this reading. I'm not saying that that never happens, but it seems like it's happening with a bit of a frequency, and we're only 6 minutes in here. And remember how I said the bat is picking up information through sonar and doesn't need eye? There's something about communication here. And I'm feeling called to speak of crow energy. Because speaking of like, you know, Halloween and Samhain time, you know, it's bats and crows and all that good stuff, right? There's something about using your voice in a brand new way and being in a position of authority or leadership or leading by example. Okay? But that makes sense. You guys are the Emperor key. So it just feels like you're really in alignment, very much of your own energy, and I really like it. I really like it. Riding a broomstick. I feel like there's a remove. Okay, so they're talking to me about broomsticks. I just want to talk about witches and goblins and warlocks. I don't know. But there's something about, oh, it's energy. Okay. So there's something about energy coming up here that it's sort of like any energy that is not of your highest and best good, whether this is self-imposed limitations, negative self-talk, or external given circumstances, a job that doesn't serve your soul or friends or love or family that you just are feeling the need to step away from or whatever, how are draining you, whatever this is for you. It feels like you have a new lease on life. I literally see you taking a broom and just sweeping it out. Like I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Like it's something where you're just like removing and cleansing. You could be doing energy cleaning, Reiki work, cleaning your space, saging, or literally Marie Kondoing for your life and cleaning up your space and removing anything. It just, why does this feel so brand new? And why does it feel like you are putting the lime in the coconut and shaking it all up? It literally feels like that scene in Practical Magic where they had the midnight margaritas and it's put the lime and the coconut or drink it all up, right? It really feels like that. It really feels like you are in a place of freedom and living your best life. So then we have Seven of Pentacles, which actually makes a lot of sense. So Seven of Pentacles is trusting that the seeds that you've sown will bear fruit, but not taking active movement yet. You're waiting for them to fully ripen, right? Before you can go into the Eight of Pentacles and really reap that harvest, right? So the fact that we have this page, I feel like you're going into a new venture that you're putting work into. And you're excited about the possible returns around that. Again, this could absolutely be work or passion project or hobby related. It could definitely be esoteric related. You're expanding your knowledge on the esoteric. You're getting to know yourself in a newly, more realized way. I feel like you're spending a lot of time with yourself in whatever way that looks like. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're assuming the hermit position, but it really feels like you're spending some good quality romantic time with yourself in the way that it's like, yeah, you're in that place of like, I am my own best friend, I am my own partner. And again, not at the exclusion of other people around you that love you and are there for you, but in this really beautiful way. I'm hearing the word divine selfishness, which is really different than regular egoic selfishness, right? Which comes at the expense of others. Divine selfishness is understanding that in order to offer your cup to anybody else, your cup has to be full first. I'm sorry, Aries. Why did I want to say Leo? Oh. So in the Leo reading, it's because of the sun. In the Leo reading, that was about forging ahead. You could have Leos around you, but there's something about that, about forging ahead into the unknown without needing a map. I feel like Leo's advice is this reading. Isn't that weird? Anyway, it really feels like you're forging into a new path, and it feels like you're like wonderfully excited about something, someone, and it feels like it's going to pay off in a really nice way, and I'm thrilled. Thrilled for you. Thrilled for you. All right, Aries. God of War. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. Oh, we have the Hermit at the bottom. I was just talking about that fella. Okay, so this is making me laugh. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords here, which is just really funny to me. Because do you see these other I almost said other people, but you know, crows are people too. Do you see these other crows outside the window? And then you're here, like, remember when I said you're spending really good quality time with yourself? And they're like, yo, caw. I literally just said it's about making sure your own cup is full first, and then you get the Four of Swords. Like, I can't with this realness. We're also in a 4-year, don't you know? You know, let me just like back up half step. So the traditional meaning of this key is rest and healing and recuperating, and you know, the vampire and the, oh my God. I always say that this is the vampire in the coffin key, and then we have the bat here. I'm obsessed though. I feel like some of you guys are going to be doing your best work or best time at night. I don't know. It just feels really pertinent. We do have the full moon coming up here too. In Leo, right? Something to do with the Leo moon? Okay. Anyway. So again, but what I'm getting from this, and you can take that literally if that works for your soul, but I feel like this is a rest from overthinking things, a rest from, because the swords rule the realm of, you know, mentality, thoughts, and intellect, right? And communication. So I feel like this is taking a break from all that, and you are steeped directly into your passion. I feel like it's all wands and pentacles, and it feels really, really nice, right? And again, you're taking a break from the outside. You're like I'll be there in a moment, but I'm really, I feel like you're loving being in your own energy right now. And it just feels so freaking good, right? I'm hearing something really funny. Well, first of all, I split the deck and got 7 of Pentacles. I'm hearing something really funny. So for inspiration, there's really something to be said. You're very lucky, Aries. And the fact that your sign equates to an actual god who there's a lot of mythology around, right? Greek mythology. You can look to stories about Aries and how Aries is depicted in, you know, whatever, in entertainment, modern culture, literature, whatever have you. But there's something, I'm getting this funny image of Aries like sitting on his throne and living his best life, right? I'm seeing Oompa Loompas from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know why that is. You could be becoming a boss, like stepping in your emperor energy in a way where you're either, there's something about a position of authority or leadership or feeling like you are an expert. You could be working towards something, learning about it so that you aren't. There's something about that, okay? And practice makes perfect. There's something about that. But imagine Aries, yourself as Aries, sitting on your throne and ruling and living your best life. And then imagine your cell phone, like Aries' cell phone, having like 12 missed calls from these crows out here. And Aries doesn't have a care in the world about it. It's like, I'll get back to you when I get back to you, boosh. Like, have you ever been like, I need some alone time, and then you check your phone and you have 7 missed calls and like 10 text messages, and you feel that sense of guilt, and you're like, oh, now I'm gonna feel weird until I get back to these people, right? Aries doesn't feel that way, and I feel like that's your energy, like no F's given, and I love it. I love it. Okay, clarifier for page once here. Ooh, oh Lord. Okay, so we got the High Priest. That's what it is. I could not love this more. So this is the Hierophant, right? The High Priest here. I love the 2 keys here. I love the silver and gold. So, you know, the High Priest, the Hierophant, is very much about being exactly where you're meant to be. I feel like this new path that you're forging ahead with, it's something that you're passionate about, something or someone that you're passionate about, right? That you're excited about, that involves you being brave and taking a risk, right? you're spot on with it. That's it. You're spot on with it. But I'm also getting this funny feeling around, this, I like to call this, the Wolsey key, which is King Henry VIII's religious advisor, right? Wolsey, there was a very traditional approach to things, And I'm really getting that for you, it's about, I'm hearing Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. I'm really hearing that the key, look at the red robe and the red wings on the bat. Don't be afraid to do things differently or take the side door or the back door or doing something in an unorthodox way or taking a risk or a gamble on someone or yourself that others might frown on. But you're all fire right now. So you're just kind of like, I don't really need your opinion. You may even be keeping some movement around whoever this is, to yourself, because you don't necessarily need or desire the input of anyone else who might go, have you dotted your I's and crossed your T's? And you're just like, listen. You know what I mean? I'm going on a feeling here. And I'm just like, ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Thank you so very much, right? Let that call get a voicemail. 7 of Pentacles. Here we go. So I'm obsessed with this. So 8 of Swords. Again, remember how we've been talking about, vision and sensing things through another sphere? So traditionally speaking, 8 of Swords is a mental, prison to which only you hold the key. The fact that it is clarifying the 7 of Pentacles, remember what I literally just said about feeling how you're just like, you don't care. You're like, you know what? I'm hearing the greatest risk yields the greatest reward. And that's what this is a person, place, thing, yourself, whatever this is, investing in yourself, whatever this is. But I feel like you're happily running towards something that just feels right in your soul. And sometimes following your soul's path or linking up with someone that just feels like that's, it's a relationship that you got to go for, even though there's risk involved. It requires this leap of faith, and it's like you're not using your eye. It's funny because, again, the traditional meaning of this, again, is a mental prison where you're not seeing clearly and you're stuck, right? And the 7 of Pentacles is waiting and patience, right? But I honestly feel like this is this energy of like, yeah, that's not where I need to be. I feel like this might be an old aspect of you. Listen. Any one of us can be here at any given time. Let's be real about that. But remember when I said you're following a feeling and then it really just feels like you don't know what's going to come of it, hence the blindfold, okay? You don't know what's going to come of it, but it doesn't seem to matter. You're like, I don't need to know what's going to come of this. Like, I'm following a feeling, right? That's it. And I love it. I have to tell you something. I kind of feel like for another group of you or an added aspect to this, because it's talking to me about the high priest, you might have some people around you that take very traditional views of how things should and should not be done regarding money, relationships, whatever. Like, let me just give you an example. Let's say that you went to school to be a lawyer and you spent all this money in student loans on being a lawyer in law school, right? And then you start practicing and then you're like, wow, I'm not happy. This isn't what I thought it was going to be, or I made the quote smart choice, but it's what my parents wanted. It's what everyone thought I should do. It's what my family, whatever, does. But I really want to be a graphic artist. And so you start researching it and doing it in your off time, and then you start, right? It's that feeling. And you can imagine, because I feel like this is some of the people around you that are going to be, I don't want to say accusing you of this, but going, I don't know if you're seeing things clearly. I feel like your judgment's going to be questioned a bit, or your choices, or is something a smart move, or is something a safe bet, or I'm getting a very distinct image, and this is likely just for a few of y'all, but for example, I'm getting the feeling of someone who meets someone online, or meets and then just goes off to meet them, like from far away, like takes a trip and is like, I'm gonna cross the sea to go meet this person. We video chatted, but I've never met them in person before, and I'm doing it and I don't care. It's an example, okay? That could be literal for somebody, but it's an example. Or you meet someone and you move in together quickly. Or again, you switch jobs really quickly. There's something about this. Or you're living a daytime life and in the nighttime, you're doing what you really love to do. There's something about this. I feel like there might be some people around you that are like, you're not seeing things clearly, da 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 da, and you're over here just like, wait and see. I'm telling you, wait and see. You're gonna eat those words. Okay? All right, let's get a clarifier for this authorities. And that might be why you're letting the calls go to voicemail too, because you're just like, I don't want anything interrupting this flow. I feel like for the first time or the first time in a minute, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and it feels really right. Two of Wands indeed, my darlings, Two of Wands indeed. More Wands here to clarify the Four of Swords here. This is building the blueprint. This is going to, remember, this is going towards what you desire with creating that map ahead. So you're literally spending time on your own and your own energy to get really clear on this map ahead so that you can move right into the Three of Wands and just forge ahead. I want to point something out. This is brilliant. So you see this cat here? Let's talk about this for a second. This is coming up. Cat energy, right? Because bats, if you think about it, bats are not warm and fuzzy and considered to be, like puppies. It's interesting. It's like how something appears versus what it really is, or getting a bad rap or a bad name or something. But the cat here, if you think about it, cats are very discerning about who and who they spend time with, and like they don't. I actually have a cat that comes when you call her, like a dog, but that's the exception, not the rule. Mostly cats kind of come when they want to and do what they want to and kind of live their own lives and can't be arsed. You know what I mean? One way or the other. And I'm getting that here where you're asked to, in this Four of Swords, you're like, assume that cat position and live your best 9 lives. And you know what I mean? And really do what's best for you is this big message that I'm getting around this. And again, with this red cape, red, 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 color of the root chakra, right? Which is about impassioned desire, but the root chakra is very much about being grounded and feeling that connection to the earth. So what is about that? What is about that? Okay, so this red ribbon here, I'm getting called to talk about the red string of fate, which is what ties us to our destiny, whether that's a person or even a place, even a geographical place. You could be thinking about moving to Timbuktu or whatever have you, right? Or mission work, soul work, job work that you're here to do. And I feel like you're really stepping into that, and it's kind of like a devil-may-care kind of attitude in a way that is long overdue. And it's like, no, I don't need to listen to naysayers. No, I don't need to have any doubt. I am Aries, god of war. I am the bat. And I'll send you a postcard from the other side when I'm living my damn best life. I just heard Italy. That can mean something to say. I just heard Italy. All right. Okay, what about Italy? What about it? There's something about the Italian culture that's coming up about and I'm not even going to act like I know a whole lot about the Italian culture. I do not. But they're showing me the Italian culture about a sensuality around enjoying food, enjoying life, siesta time in the middle of the day, a certain pace and way of doing things, and a certain lust for life. I'm hearing lust for life. Lust for life. Ooh, that's a song by Iggy Pop. Cool. All right, let's get an oracle. Lust for life. Oh my God. Oh, do you know I've been doing this channel for what, like 13 months? I've used this deck countless times. I have literally never pulled this card before, and I'm living for it. Sanctuary. Isn't this exactly what we've been talking about this whole time? Yes, inner sanctuary, personal sanctuary, being your own energy and space. You are Aries, god of war. Hear you roar. I just have to take a minute. So the peacock is about being seen, okay? It's also about abundance and intuitive gifts. Again, with this esoteric feeling here. Some of y'all are getting on that bandwagon or continuing down it. Some of y'all might be thinking about starting a channel like this one, which is gorgeous. I love that. Okay, this is really weird. This is probably a specific type of bird, but I'm going to tell you how it's coming across to me. This is coming across as a cross between a cardinal and a bluebird. which can be kind of blasphemous. I'm seeing like a mad scientist, like a Nightmare Before Christmas, like crossbreed a species. There's a way or something that you're doing here that is just so against the grain or of the avant-garde, but I'm living for it. There's something particular that it's kind of Three of Pentacles where there's something that you bring to the table in particular that is so unique to you, and people are just gonna like want every bit of what you are emoting. Okay, there's something in that here. You're going your own way and I'm obsessed with it. And look at the opulence and luxury. I don't feel like you really have anything to worry about here. You are literally following a feeling and going down this road of exactly where you're supposed to be and about using your voice and your words, but discerning when and how you do so. It feels like this complete and utter lack of interest in naysayers or doing anything in a traditional way. You're like, I have this one life to live in this particular body and I'm about to live that life, honey. And I love it. I love it for you. You're speaking directly to my soul with that. I'm getting snake energy here too, which is about transformation and healing. I feel like there could definitely be some healers watching this. And I'm really excited that you are forging down this path because we need all the healers we can get. Yeah, we do. Actually, this looks a lot like where I saw you as Aries, like in your God layer there. So again, I'm drawn to this peacock, being seen in esoteric abilities. Those could be expanding, you could be researching, learning more about it, all of that good. And there's that freaking chandelier, you better work, okay? Because if you're gonna Four of Swords it, there should always be a chandelier. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this was a journey and I'm obsessed. This was your February general read. I so hope that this helped and resonated. This was a fun one. If so, please let me know in the comments below. Seriously, I live for reading your comments. It's my favorite part of this whole thing. And with that being said, just thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you and be well. Until next time.